Like for real.
Is this your first time in Phuket?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in this part in Phuket, yeah. On the street is, yeah, more or less. I guess there's a lot of person everywhere.
The street is like,
It's all right.
and this is like mainland.
Yeah. Oh man, and Nayeon, dude, Nayeon is just, oh my god, it's packed. It's insane. We don't even go there.
Like just packed with people or packed with Ruskies in particular?
It's packed with Russian people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, so let's just me put some shit over there. There you go. Oh man, I look like a pro podcaster gamer thing. Like I'm gonna Twitch some StarCraft of shit.
Well, good, because your audio is really clear and there's no background noise whatsoever.
Yeah, it's because I use a software to live reduce the background noise.
What software is that?
Well, bro, I already posted, man.
Where?
On your Telegram. You know, every time I find something really cool and really interesting that I think you can use, I post it on your Telegram. And I say, hey, bro, that's amazing. You should use it.
What's it called?
It's called Crisp.
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 With a P?
KRISP. Crisp. 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 With no T, just P. KRISP. Crisp.
Gotcha. Okay. Crisp. Cool.
Like for crisp song. They use AI to basically listen to the surrounding and just to create like a white noise directly into your microphone with your mic, will just reduce all the noise around. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's absolutely awesome.
I'm gonna get that. Although this, actually, like, to tell you the truth, man, these are 7-Eleven headphones that cost, I don't know, like 300 baht or something. It's like $10. They're pretty good. I mean, considering that they're 7-Eleven headphones that cost 300 baht. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Well, they all build in the same place, basically. They all build in China.
Made in China. Okay. So what I was thinking for this part 4, as you can see by my lovely illustration, is maybe you could use a Labo online as an example, and you can just kind of all right, this is the pain point that we're trying to solve with this episode, is people either used Divi in the past but haven't used it for a long time, or who have never used Divi but have used other page builders like Elementor or Visual Composer or Divi Builder or whatever. They may not know, or they just may have no idea about like how easy and how flexible is Divi. So I thought that we could sort of try and show a little bit of that, showcase a little bit of that flexibility. And maybe we can just do it by kind of working through a little bit of a sales page for a Labo Online, and maybe looking at some of the membership stuff, and maybe you reverse engineer it. You could show you what you've already done, but maybe it would be even better to sort of have a page from scratch and just create some, it could be random stuff. It doesn't have to be like obviously a real page, but just to show sort of all the different stuff you can do and all the ways that you can use the Divi Builder.
Yeah. Well, I thought we kind of agree on redoing the Trello homepage, because I kind of prepare all the stuff to do.
Yeah, even better.
Okay.
Cool. You want to share your screen?
Okay, so in a minute, let me just get this on. I'll quit this. Screen sharing. There you go. Safari Trello. Yay! Sweet Christmas. So you see my screen, right?
I do.
Okay, cool. So okay, for the purpose of this, I create like a staging website with a fresh WordPress, and I just installed Divi, so it's completely fresh. There's nothing there. So we're gonna do it like from scratch. So basically, we're gonna try to reproduce this, which is the new Trello homepage. They changed it recently. Which is like hero, header, some text, button, the top header with just two things, the logo.
And it's floating.
Stick on the top, it's floating. Some basic, work with us, or some slider in the middle. Trello your way, do small stuff.
Just to sort of get inside your head here, so you're already, whenever you're looking at recreating a page, you're thinking about it in terms of the wireframe, like the think of it like Lego, right? So okay, here we have a 2-column row. Okay, here we have this kind of element and that kind of element. So you're kind of breaking it down analytically, right?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, what I do is like I think at everything as a section. So this is a section. This is a section. This is a section with like 2 columns. This is a section with 1 column and the slider model. This is one section with 1 column. This is another section with 3 columns. You know, this is how I think. This is how I basically think it as the Divi Builder is in my mind.
Gotcha.
So okay, let me just configure a few things in WordPress as it's completely fresh. Okay, I want this. Then I go to page. I'm gonna trash this one, and I'll call this one home. There we go. Okay, so let me check it. Eyes look like. Okay. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the logo, the Trello logo. I already downloaded all the images, so it's ready to use.
Thank you for that.
Up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna upload the logo.
So this is a logo that you're putting site-wide, which is why you're putting it in the theme options and not on the specific page, right?
Yeah. Basically, in Divi, you can choose to upload a logo that will go automatically in the menu on the top left, and will be used anywhere on the website as long as you use the standard page, which is a page with the top header and the footer. You can also use like a blank page, which would be like an absolute blank page, no header, no footer. And in that kind of page, you can do pretty much whatever you want.
Gotcha.
There you go. So I'm just gonna upload all the images that I already download to make the home page, the logo included. So that will be done.
So all of those graphics that are on that landing page are in fact images.
Yeah. This is an images. This is an image, and this one. So this one is a background image actually, and this one is a SVG. So I have to convert it. No need to go into that kind of detail. There we go. So let's get back to this. It's going to take a little time. I'm going to close this and.
So I just want to point out that one of the nice things that I really like about Divi is that there are some universal settings that you can configure, but really every page is its own entity. So you can really make every page sort of different. So it doesn't have to be like how you configured it for the theme. It doesn't have to be for all of the pages the same way. It could be completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see also, they use several color. They have this blue here, this like purplish here, green. So I already got all those color. I made screenshot and just get them. So what I'm gonna do is
how did you get those colors?
Oh, do I get the color?
Yeah.
I make a screenshot. I made a screenshot and I just used what's called the
like Photoshop?
the eyedropper in Photoshop and just get them.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm going to...
I'll say too that there's a Chrome extension that allows you to use an eyedropper right on a.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I use Photoshop because I'm used to it, but you can use a lot of different things. So I'm just gonna configure those colors directly in Divi, so I can reuse them everywhere on every page.
And how are you doing that?
Well, I'll just get the code of the color, the RGB code, and I just go on Divi, color pick your default palettes, and I'll just click on the one I want to update, and I will just change the number, and poof, it will just give me the right color.
Gotcha. That's the hex code, though, not the RGB code.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. There you go. Look, great, and the last one. So you don't need to do that. It just takes some time when you have a bunch of pages to create.
You're kind of setting your branding, color branding here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. Okay, so now I guess all the images are uploaded. There we go. I'll get the logo, and I will save everything. Done. Cool. Okay. So second thing I'm going to do is to create a menu, because for now, if I go on the website, there's going to be no menu. So I'll go to Appearance menu. There you go. So we're going to create a menu. We're going to call menu, because it's very clever. And just like Trello, they have login and sign up. So we're going to create a link that is named login, and another one that is named, and the other one, sign up. Sign up. There you go.
Nice.
Saved. And now that we create the menu, we're just gonna say we want to use it. There you go. And now if I reload my page here, I'm gonna have my login and sign up just there. Yay! Awesome.
Nice.
So we want to remove the search. So by default, Divi will put the search form here, but we don't want to use it because there's no search on Trello. So to do this, we'll go to Customize. And we go to either navigation, and we go to primary menu bar. No, it's not primary. It's either elements, and we untick show search icon. Now, the second thing we want to do is we want the background of this to be blue. This blue, to be exact. So we go to primary menu bar, and we'll change the background color. So see here, you can see all the color that I already set up.
Right.
So I can choose blue, and boom, it is blue. Then we're going to put the link in white. That can stay like this, not important. Text color is going to be white as well. There you go. And it's bigger than this. So I'm going to raise the size of the text. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I could also like do right click and look exactly what is the size of the font, but I just, to save time, I'll just go,
sure,
like we say in French, by nose. Okay, here we go. Publish.
Now, what about the actual font, the typography? So Trello uses a particular set of fonts, right? How do we replicate?
Well, you can inspect the element and look what kind of font they use by inspecting the CSS. They use Charlie. So maybe Charlie is a Google font. And if it's a Google font, that would be cool because Divi come with all the Google font preloaded. So we can take a look and see if we have a Charlie over there.
So whatever the first one is, that's okay. No Charlie. Like Charlie, Helvetica.
No, there's no Charlie there.
Okay.
They probably have their own font. Okay, so this is good. Let's close it. And now we go to pages.
So, but if we did want to use their font, how would we do that?
Well, it's probably licensed, so there's okay. We can take a look. Charlie.
Because what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the ease of sort of doing all of this stuff with Divi. So we got to sort of overcome these hurdles, right?
Charlie font.
Charlie font.
That doesn't really look the. No, I'm not sure. This is a serif font, and Trello is a sans serif. Well, if you want to use a font that is not into the Divi, the old Google font directory, which is, well, okay. The first thing is there's a gigantic amount of change that you're gonna find a font that is really super close to the font they use in the Google font directory, because it's a huge amount of font there. And if you still don't find anything and you really want to use this font, you will need to buy it first. So you need to find a website that sell it, or if it's a free font, a way to download it. Then you will need to have some knowledge into CSS, because you will need to basically upload this font to your FTP, and you will need to call this font by CSS to be able to use it in your website. I think it's a lot of trouble just to use a font.
So if we want to, let's say, just use not this font, but let's say we want to use a font that's already in the Divi options somewhere, how do we do that? How do we just like select a different font?
Well, for example, if I get back to customize.
Let's say we want to use Helvetica, for example.
Yeah. So there we go. Oh, I'll get back to my Twitter navigations, primary, and here, font, and I can just unroll all the library. And so Helvetica. Let's go there. GH.
I don't have it.
No, it isn't. No Helvetica, because I think Helvetica is a proprietary font.
Okay.
Well, let's just I'll put Gligu. And there we go. I change. You can pick anything. There's really billion of them. See, boom, it will change instantly. The best is to go to Google Fonts if you really want to play with fonts, and just on Google Fonts you can take a look. You can change the text. There we go. And you have all the fonts here. So just like, yeah, look around, find the one you like, and when you find it, use it on your Divi website.
Gotcha.
Okay. Pop. Get back there, and I'll use the default one for the purpose of this example. Okay. So I'll close this. And I will edit this page with Divi. So now we're going to load the Divi Builder. There we go.
The visual builder.
Yeah. Start building.
And there are several builders, right?
You mean on the market?
No, inside of Divi, there's several ways you can build with Divi.
Well, it's more like the builder will show you two different way to use it. You can use it like on the live. The live builder will be this one. So it's basically you work. It's what you see. So what you see is what you modify on the website, or you can choose to use something that is more like a wireframe kind of builder style. Let me reload this. Yes. Yeah, so it's a fresh install. So it will basically ask you what you want to do. So this is kind of the wizard that will automatically load at the first time you go to edit a page with your fresh install Divi. They have a bunch of pre-made layout, but it's not the purpose of this video. So I'll just go and start building. So this is the live one, and what you can do is you can change for this one, which is the wireframe view, that will just show you blocks. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Can be useful sometime because this one will load faster because you don't see anything, so it doesn't try to load images, video, and stuff like that. Instead of this one that will basically try to load everything. So sometime on big page with a lot of stuff, it can take a while to load. Okay, so I'll go remove everything.
Now, real quick, on that bottom left-hand menu, I know there's also the option to configure how you see the visual editor and how you work with the Divi Builder, because they've got the hover mode, the click mode. Could
I mean the option.
Yeah, the options. These are really cool.
Okay. So yeah, basically,
maybe create an element first, or create some few elements so we can actually see the effect.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is a big section with 2 columns basically. So I already have my section created here. So I'm just gonna add 2 columns, and we have some text.
And the column is like 50% on the left, 50% on the right. Looks like.
It looked like. We're gonna try. So, damn it! Sorry, that thing. Up. There we go. Yeah, that thing is at the top. Yeah, I wish it would be better in Zoom. Okay, we go. Yeah. So first, I'm gonna try to reproduce the background. So there's 2 colors here. So I'm going Divi here, and I'm gonna add a background on this section, and I'm gonna add like a gradient. There you go. And I'm gonna use the color, which is the Divi one, which is the blue and the purple, light purple. Blue.
Oh, I didn't even notice that actually until you pointed it out, that it's going blue to purple, left to right.
Yeah, and this one for now go from the top to the bottom, but in Trello it's more like on the right bottom corner. Yeah, so you can just like basically move your color around, and it's gonna be more something like that. Okay, boom, save.
Nice.
And now I'm gonna add a text model. There we go. And my text.
So just real quick, you changed the direction that the gradient goes. It was going by default vertically, and then you changed it to going left to right.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so a cool thing here is that you can basically change anything on every Divi module is highly customizable. So this one is just a simple text model. But like if we look at Trello, it's a super big one, white. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna first put the text in white, then I'm gonna play with the size. And I think we are Yeah, something like maybe 50. There you go. Then now I'm gonna play with the line 8 because, well, it's not look pretty good. So I'm gonna put like 1.6, 1.5. Yeah, something around 1.4 should be good. Then it's a bold typo. So we're gonna put it bold 2 up. And that more or less. And I'm gonna change a little bit the size so we get, there we go. Maybe reduce this one more. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, let's keep that. Then I'm gonna add another text module. It's gonna be this one. There you go. So a cool thing with Divi as well is like, if I want to change the size, the color, and everything on that text module, I can click on design, then I can go to text, then I can start to change and play with it. Since few version, they had like a new way that speed up the development. Oops, sorry. It's kind of a shortcut thing. So let's put this. Okay. Oops. Up. There you go. There you go. So basically, when I'm here and I click on edit this module, on the over, you will have this like small blue pencil here. And if I click it, it will put me directly to the option of this thing. Nice. So I don't need to go and search where it is. So it's speed up time when you work. Okay, so let's put some more on this one too. I think it's like semi-bold. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to do too much crazy thing. Here we go. So now we're going to add the image. So come here, up, and I'm going to use the image model. And it's this one. There we go. Ta-da. Nice. Yay. So, okay. Now we're going to add a button. Sign up, it's free. I wonder if you can really say sign up, it's free when it's not exactly free.
Not free, yeah.
It's like you can actually use it for free, but if you're on the cool stuff, you need to pay. So when I set up a button, it would come with the basic design, and I can go here and I can say, no, I want to customize my button myself. So if I do this, I can change everything on the button. So the Trello one is like, yeah. So the text is green, is white, sorry, the background is green. Folder green too.
Dark green shadow.
Yeah, it's a bit more radius as well.
And radius is the rounding of the button, right?
Yeah, it's the rounding, yes.
Of the edges.
Something like that, okay. Then it's bold.
A bit bigger.
And I think that the typo is bigger as well.
And how do you add that dark green shadow, you reckon?
So you're going to use this button text shadow, and I think it's going to be something like this. No, so this is on the text, my bad. Nope. I'll go S, box shadow. It's going to be this one. There we go. And it's going to be something like this one, but the positioning is going to be different. Up is going to be 0, and vertical going to be a bit less. There we go.
Nice.
Maybe 3. Yeah, and it's kind of green. It's not really. It's a darker green. Yeah, so I'll just go and find a darker green. Let me see. Yeah, it's darker than that. Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I spend too much time here. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Now, why is on Trello's page? Why is it like a little bit seems to take up more of the screen?
Yeah. It did. So basically, by default, this is the size of the model, and my screen is Retina, so I see everything like larger, which is the default screen now. So it's kind of normal. So those sections, they can look like this, or you can go design sizing, and you can make them full width. That will be something like this. Then from that, you can adjust. If this is too big, you can use like a custom width, and you can basically say whatever size you want. So you can play with that as well. So yeah, for just the purpose of this, I'm just gonna stick with the default thing and not go too much into details. Otherwise, this video gonna.
Now, what if you feel like there's? What if you feel that the image on the right column and the left column, they're too close together? What if you want to move that image a little more to the right, for example?
Well, you can. So okay, I'll do that again. So you can go to settings and design and alignments, and you can basically choose where the image go to align. The thing is, like, this image is already used the full. It's already full size, so they use the total amount of space that is available into this row. So if I want to do what you say, what I will do is to reduce the size of the image. See, then now I can play with the alignment.
And you wouldn't use like padding or something like that?
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, you can use that. But like, this is what it will do automatically if you use the sizing.
This is like the simple.
But I'm just gonna. Yeah. It's a simple. This is a simple way. There you go. So, okay. Next, we have another section, which is a pretty simple one. Some text. I will up. So I'm gonna add a new section, and I'm gonna choose. Let me look. Yeah, the text is smaller than the. So I think it's gonna be this one.
That's like a 1/3, 2/3 column, or a 1/4, 3/4 column.
Yeah, kinda. 1 2/3. Yeah, so. And I'll go get the text. Up. So another thing. Just quickly, if you build a website and you copy paste text for another application, another website, you have to be careful, because when you do this, for example, if I do this, work with any team, I'd say copy paste, but I just done that. I mean copy, and I go here. That's why I'm always in text, because if I'm with the default visual and I paste it, it will come with the if I look at text, it will come automatically with the code. So if you copy paste from Word, for example, it will do the same thing. The text will come with some stuff like that, span, yeah, exactly. So as I want to create the style myself, it's what I do every time I copy paste is I will copy, and I'll copy everything into a text editor. That will basically, it's just basic text. It come with no code, no nothing.
Yeah.
Then up, and if I copy it, it come clean. See, nothing.
Yep.
So we have title, then text. Actually, sorry. I'm just gonna close that because I don't need it really. Then I'm gonna add a new text model. There you go. Let's just take a look quickly on what is the size of this.
Here's another thing for SEO purposes. We know that this is a H2 tag.
Yes, it is. So when I'm visual, I can select my text and choose H2, which is this is the WordPress editor. So there's nothing special here. And now, so I put it H2, but it will give me automatically a bigger text, but it's still not this size. So I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it a little bit.
Now,
so
isn't there
thing,
a way to copy the style from the first time you did it and apply it to the second time you did it?
Yes, but I didn't create any of the style yet. So
okay.
I know what you mean, but we'll see that later with a second section that is like this one.
Okay.
So another thing, for example, if I edit this text and I click like the shortcut, it will give me automatically the text section. But this one, for example, is also a text section, but it's a H2. So if I go to design and text and I change stuff here, it's not gonna change anything because it's a H2. It's a heading text and it's a H2. So basically, that's why this shortcut is amazing, because I click on it, it will put me automatically on the heading text, H2. Now I can start to modify my stuff. There you go. So it's bold. And it's 2 a.m. So by default, Divi use pixel, but you can just replace the end. You can use EM if you want. Just a different thing. I'll stick to pixel. All right.
Oh, okay. I gotta get out of this room in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, okay. Well.
Yeah, I didn't know. I
try to speed up.
To extend, but no, that's okay. Well, I'll move to another room. I'll just turn off my volume, turn my volume down. In fact, why don't I just move now real quick? But you can keep going. Like, we can still continue this. I'm just going to move real quick and turn my. So just keep going.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep going. No problem. Okay, so I'm gonna get this one up. Saved. Okay, then we have a button. Does also come with a shadow and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate this one, which is another cool stuff you can do with Divi. You can duplicate model section. So I'll just duplicate this one, and I'll just put it there. And I'm going to change the content and the color. Stop doing. There we go. Check how it looks like. Oh, and they have this small icon there, which we can do. So I'll go to design button, use custom style, and I'll go down to the icon, and I will choose this one. And I don't want it to. I want it to be visible all the time. So I'm gonna go here, and I will untick this one. There you go. Then now we're gonna change the color, which is gray. Yeah, it's gray. So background color, gray. Ta-da! Then darker gray for the shadow. Box shadow. Yeah, this one. We're gonna gray. I'm gonna do darker gray. Let me take a look. Yeah, a little bit later. It's okay. And the color obviously is different too. Button color, I'll put it black. I think it's not exactly black. I think it's kind of a blue kind of thing, but well, I'm not gonna go too deep into detail here. And the typo is also smaller, just for you to know. I mean, to look at all the cool stuff you can do with Divi pretty fast, actually. Yeah, it's okay. Cool. So you can see automatically Divi will like every few minutes will automatically back up this page in case you forget to click save. We'll do it for you. which is pretty cool. Image, and we're gonna get team task. This one. There you go. Team task. There you go. Oops, sorry. Then we're gonna move this text a little bit in the middle. So to do that, you will have two ways of doing it. So this is a section with 2 columns. So this is a column here and there's a column here. So you can go to the section, option, design, then you go to spacing, sorry. Then on the padding one, you can choose to have a different padding for the column 1 and the column 2. So basically, column 1, I will start adding padding until I get my text kind of in the middle. There you go. Take a look. Yeah, all cool. Sweet. Okay, that's saved. And
I'm back.
we're gonna. Awesome.
Yep. I'll just mute my mic and
we
let you
gonna-
talk unless I have a question or something.
Yeah, no problem. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this section because it's kind of the same section, but just with an image in the other column. And I'm going to move this image in this column. Then I'm going to move this text here, here, the button here. Let's take a look. Okay. See the button? There's no button. So I'm going to remove the button. We're also going to remove the padding that we just added before. This is not. There you go. Then we're going to change the image for the mobile, this one. There you go. Okay, okie dokie. Yeah, image is much bigger, so we're going to kind of change for something like that. Actually, even we can even try the 50-50 kind of thing. Then we're gonna add some padding to the second column. There we go. 150 should do the trick. Okay, saved. So what do we have after?
Just a quick question, Leslie.
Slider. Yeah, good.
How does like everything you're doing now affect the way that it then looks on mobile and tablet?
Okay, so natively, if you don't trick the section like I just done, pretty much everything is instantly responsive. So if you look at the bottom here, you can see how your website going to look on desktop, on tablets, and on mobile. So if I look on mobile for now, it's looking kind of okay. Of course, you can change the padding and stuff like that. This is what I've done here. So basically, obviously on mobile, those things not going to be side by side. They're going to be on the top of each other. And to put this text here, I add some padding to the section, which means that on mobile, the padding will be here. So basically, what you can do, and I'm gonna do that when the whole page is finished. Usually, what I do is like I build everything on the desktop version, then I switch on mobile and I custom adjust everything. But what you do with Divi is like I'll go to this model and I want to change this padding here because it's too much. So I'll do the same edition that I've done before to add the padding. Go to spacing. I go to padding on my column 2. And on the over, you'll see this little mobile icon. Sorry. So if you click on it, you can see you have the option to work on the desktop size, the tablet size, and the phone size. And you can see here, like my number is 150 from the desktop. So I can put 0, boom, and this is how it will look like on mobile only. Saved. But I will do that at the end of when I finish everything.
Gotcha.
So now we have another section. So it's still the same style for this title. So I'm gonna add a section, and it's just one column.
Just a quick question, Laszlo. I saw that when you add a new section, there's 3 different types of sections you could add. You could add a full width, a regular, and a
Yeah.
What's up with that?
So, well, we're not. Well, actually, for this demo in particular, we're not gonna really play with those sections. But basically, the specialty section will be would add. How can I explain that? It will allow you. Let's just get one. So it will be basically. Here we go. It will allow you to have like row, like the section row you use normally, like this one, into one side, left or right. Man, it's gonna be tricky to explain. For example, here, like the orange part are just area when you can put like one model, and the green part they are row section. So it just allows you to create like more complex section style. I know it's not like super clear. It will be much better with an example, but there's not gonna be any example with this page because the page is too simple. But it's basically allow you to do much more complex stuff with this thing. For example, I mean, it's like, yeah, honestly, it will be a more complex video to explain what you can do with those special sections. Then the other one is the full width section. So the full width section. So for example, if I create a regular section, I create a row, and I click here to add a model. I have a selection of model that I can put in this section. If I create like a full width section, the model I can click there, they are unique to full width section. So basically, they used to have like a big, gigantic full width hero images with a title in the middle type of website. You will use the full width section. You can also have like a gigantic slider, like a full width menu, that kind of thing. Those models they are unique to the full width section, but again they are very specific. So we'll need to have a very specific design to actually use them. With the Trello one, we're just gonna stick to the regular section, which basically are more than enough to design pretty much anything with Divi. Okay, so back to this one. So let's me copy the text somewhere. I mean, the purpose of the video is really to show how you can use the builder to build pretty much everything pretty quick, which actually we're doing. We almost build the whole page, and how long it been? I can't see the time. I'm sure it's not long. So I'm gonna duplicate this, put it there, and duplicate this one, put it there. There you go. Then I'm gonna replace. Damn it. Place the texts. Yes. Let's see how it's working. Okay, and we're gonna center it. There you go. That's center, then center. There you go. And what we have after that, it's a slider. Okay, so for the slider, so Divi come with a slider, a native slider. Not sure we're gonna be able to reproduce exactly that thing. The Divi slider is it's not exactly that, look like that. So we're gonna add a one row, and we're gonna go for slider. There you go. Then up. So what it is on the slider, it's just an image basically. So there's no button, so we're gonna remove that. And we're gonna remove the background to basically put an image. And I think it's Yes, this one. Upload. Let's see how it looks like. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna tweet this one. I think. So basically, what we have here is like the image not show completely. So I'm gonna try. That's not gonna work. I cannot think at the same time here than I'm doing it.
So if you just add a bunch of padding, wouldn't that make it fit?
No, it's not gonna work this way with this one. It's not gonna work this way. Let me see if I can remove the, text.
Antoine is at a Waco Bake with a really hot chick right now.
That sounds completely French. Yeah, because the problem, like with this is how basically the Divi slider will work. It's it will use like an image on the left and a text on the right or opposite, and you can also play with the background. So if I use,
you reckon you'd use like a custom slider plugin or something?
To reproduce this one, I would use a custom slider plugin. Yes, absolutely. But I just want to see if it's a way I can actually trick use a background image, and there has to be a way. There's always a way with Divi. Okay, we go. So basically, every model comes with a bunch of settings that you can work on. Then you have, so it will be on the design. So you have the content, what's text and everything. Design will allow you to design everything. Then you will have advanced, which is basically for people that know how to use CSS and HTML, but mostly CSS. That will allow you to go even deeper into how to customize every model. So what I want to try to do here, it's maybe work on the CSS directly and see if I can do something with that. Yeah, I don't think to work that much. Not bad. Okay, I think I maybe have something here. There we go. Look at this. Buff. Yeah, I just need to find the exact. Okay, almost there. I need to find the exact size of the image. Okay, not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to duplicate this line and change the image for the second one. Background, the new image, it's gonna be this one. There you go. Cool. Then show control. Okay. Okay.
So the advanced operation you just did is sort of, you have to know a little bit about CSS to understand that.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because here what I've done is like I try to force basically the design into like using the Divi model when if I mean I can go and continue and I will find a way to to make it look like this? Maybe not, because this text here, I can use CSS to make it look like this, but it will definitely take time. It will definitely take a lot of time.
And do you reckon
Better
that,
to,
like, regardless of which builder you use, that's going to be the situation?
well, oh yeah, absolutely. No, completely. It's really regardless to what you're gonna use. There's, you'll never. I mean, if you we try to copy a design that's already been made. So they are the hardest actually to achieve, because you will try to use tools and modules to achieve design that have not been made with this builder. So, and that probably been completely custom made. If you use the Divi Builder to just like build from scratch and just use the model, and like meaning you already have your content right in, so you have your Google Doc with all the content, and you would just like build something from scratch using the Divi model, there's no problem. You'll be able to do everything. Yeah, it's just like I really try to like design something, like trick the model as much as I can to make it look like something that's been already designed, which is not the purpose, obviously, of this slider model. Best would be to use like a more advanced slider plugin to achieve that thing, or to use the Divi one, which not look like exactly the same. Anyway, let's just move on. I'm gonna add another section. Here we go. Then I'm gonna duplicate this. I have that. Copy the text. So, there we go. So that's another thing. Every time I was editing text, you see me just click on setting and go there to edit the text. But as I use the builder, I can just like click on the text and I can just modify it right there, which is kind of the purpose of the visual builder. Then here we have three columns. So I'm gonna add another one, 3 columns. And we add this text. Okay, so it's gonna be image. I guess this one. There we go. Image. Okay. Okay, then some texts. There we go.
So you're basically repeating the same process now that you were doing before, and you're just and you're going to apply those styles across the board at the very end, right?
What do you mean across the board?
You know, when you right click, you can like apply the style, same style that you
you can do that. So I'll show it. So I'm just gonna duplicate everything. That's a really cool feature of Divi, actually. It saves a lot of time when you do the same thing over and over. So for example, I have those three sections will have the same size of text. So I'll just modify just one, and I'll just get like up. So yeah, maybe a little bit more. It's just 30. There we go. 30, save. Maybe it's a bit too big. Yeah, whatever. So and instead of do the same thing to those two, as I'm into one section, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to do right click, then I'm going to click on extend text style. Then I can choose to this page, this section, this row, this column, and I will choose this section because I want to add it to those three one. This section, extend, boom. Oops. Actually, my bad. That's a good thing, actually, because I can show you now how you can go back when you do a mistake. And my mistake was that this is a section and this is a row, and I apply to the section. So you can go here, history, and you will have everything you have done since the beginning. And I will just go back to extended style. Okay, I'll keep this one. So now I can do the same thing. Extend, but instead of section, I'll say this row. There we go. Woo. Awesome. Okay, now let's change the text. Take platform, web and sync. Guys. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same editing the text just one. Okay, text. I'm going to make it bigger and in the middle. Okay. Extend. That's right. Boom. Yay. Oh, this button there. It's already a button, gray button at the top. Yeah, this one. Click, duplicate, and reuse. Save a lot of time. What does it say? Build your dream team. Okay. Great team. No icon. So I'm gonna remove the icon. No icon. And it's in the middle. There you go. Shoot. Sweet. And duplicate here. Then okay. So okay, and now we have those two guys here. Well, those one, I'm not gonna be able to put them like right away, like side by side. So what I'm gonna do?
Why not?
What I'm gonna do? Because I mean, eventually I can, but I will need to do like AV CSS because natively button. If I create a button and I create like another one, they will be on the top of each other because this is a three column. This is a three column here. So I will need to have like those three column, and on the bottom of this one, like two other mini column if I want to put two buttons this way.
And there's a way to do that, I think, with like a Divi plugin, isn't there? Or with shortcodes or something? Like
yes.
modules
So
within
basically,
modules.
Basically, yes. So yes. So you can do it with AC shortcode. Basically, you can create you can create like a shortcode with two column and put your two button. Then you can use this shortcode and put it here, and it will do the trick. But I don't have AC shortcode installed on this WordPress, so I'm just gonna do like a button on the top of each other.
An AC shortcode is a Divi plugin, like a paid Divi plugin. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a paid Divi plugin. That's a bit too big.
You could probably fit them in using like a text module and just make them small enough to where they can sit side by side.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's probably. I mean, I don't want to go too deep into like too complex thing. I really just want to show how you can do like a lot of stuff with Divi. You can achieve the exact same thing. I just don't want to spend too much time showing like complex stuff when you can just obviously just put them on the top of each other. Okay. Work smarter with Trello. Sure.
Or
Why not?
Airtable.
Or Airtable. Fanboy. Okay, let's copy this. Work smarter with Trello.
It's fan man to you.
So let me think this one through a bit. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna do two row. So one row will be the text, and the second row will be the 5 logo, and the third row will contain the button.
Now, could you real quick sort of show the different modes, like the click mode, the hover mode?
Yes.
So
So
customize how you use the visual builder, because I find myself switching between those a lot.
Okay. So for now, I'm natively on over. So if I go here, and I'm going to change. So for example, let's say I'll go on right. This one is pretty. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, this is a really useful mode right here. This is like the grid mode, or what?
This is the grid mode. Yes, that will basically put a border around every section. So it's
really allows you to see the actual structure.
Yes,
of
it can be. Yeah, it can be useful when you work with different padding and stuff like that. Like if you want to put those buttons at the same level, all of them, that will be really useful, because I'll do, for example, I'll go to this one, and I'll play with the spacing, and I'll put some margin on the top. There you go. Yeah, so I can control that my padding is good.
I also find sometimes that if you're trying to select like a section, the column selector gets in the way, but if you activate this grid mode, it's really easy to find sort of where the edit buttons are for each individual element.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, different people, different way of using the over mode as well can be useful. It will just over the same, so the grid will show all the border automatically all the time, and the over mode will show them only when you over the model. Then you will have the click mode, which is basically you need to click on the model to edit it. You don't show any border. So those three things, they can be useful. Definitely can be useful. I mean, you can style your way of playing with Divi. I like the normal one, the on click mode. I think it's pretty cool. Usually I remove the animation because I don't care. I mean, it's kind of like it's fancy, but it doesn't really matter much. And that's it. I keep the placeholder content, which is cool. Basically, when if I had like a text module, but I don't know what text I want to put there, it will give me some content already. Same if I had an image, it would be the same. It would give me like a basic image, so I can start my design.
Bro, they just really thought through like the usability of Divi to the maximum.
Yeah, absolutely. Another cool thing, this one. So this one, I have a tendency of deactivate it as well. It will basically, so in Divi, you can choose what you can see on mobile and what you can see on desktop. For example, if I go like on any section of model, so if I go on this section, for example, I can go to Advanced Visibility, and I can choose where the section will be visible. So I can say, okay, I want this section to be visible on phone only, on desktop only, on phone only. Yes, so I will disable desktop and tablet, and you can see it become like translucent. If I don't want to see it on desktop, it's translucent because I edit desktop at the moment. So every section that I can actually work on, they're clear, and the one that are showing only on mobile, they're translucent. But sometimes when you have a lot of different sections, mobile section or stuff that show only on mobile, that can be annoying to see those things. So usually I just deactivate. Yeah, I just remove it. So I don't see the mobile section. I see them only if I'm on mobile. I'm gonna to reactivate it now. There you go. Okay, so let's back to this one. Okay, so what is the size of the text? I think it's the same size as this one. So I'm gonna duplicate this one, and I'm gonna up. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna duplicate this one too. There we go. Then what else? Background. So yeah, for the background, it's gonna be tricky. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do the nice background. I guess this one. Oh, wait a minute. What I just done? My bad.
And you probably know this.
Put it back on.
You can just, if you're on a Mac, you can use Command Z, and it'll undo your last action. Just like
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, that's weird.
Why are you doing it for the individual rows and not for the actual whole?
Okay.
Yeah.
For the basic reason that you can give background to row or section, and if I give a background to the section, this all everything that is up into this blue section gonna be purple. But if you look at this, it's only this that is purple. And I cannot have like in one row different row inside. So I have no choice to do what I do actually. This is the only way I can achieve the same look than Trello, is to put background on the row.
Gotcha, and that's why you brought up the wireframe view, so you could quickly see where your rows, sections, and modules are at.
Yes, it's pretty useful. So now I'm gonna change the color.
Just to clarify, in order to sort of trick this out, you have to create several rows that contain the different divisions that you need to replicate this, and then you're going to connect them. So you're going to remove all of the top and bottom padding, so that they look like one big element, but it's actually a series of connected elements.
Yes, exactly. And again, here, if you use something like a AC shortcode, you can actually achieve the exact same thing than here. So they have Adobe Kickstarter, Adobe Kickstarter, Adobe Kickstarter. Messenger if we Google. Graphic. Logo.
You want to make sure you have the .png version of each logo so that it doesn't kind of like our Trello logo is clearly not a .png, which is why it's missing. Why the logo isn't quite the same.
Well, they were all SVG. Actually, I have to convert them to be able to use them. Actually, I missed one. Oops. I missed Tender. Oh, that's weird.
That's Fender, guitar company.
Sender.
Fender with an F, Frank.
Okay, well, I'll just put Adobe again. Not a big deal. There we go. Then at the bottom, we have a button with an arrow. So it's this one. Yep. Go.
So a lot of times, rather than just like recreate a certain element, you just create a copy of the element and drag it down to where you need it.
Absolutely. Yeah, huge gain of time. Oh, okay. Now they add. Oh yeah, that's new. That's cool. So now I'm gonna to add some padding to all the section. It's a 60 here.
Yeah, so I noticed this is a really cool feature that you can just drag to expand and contract the padding.
Yes.
I just noticed that yesterday. This is really useful. Could you just explain this real quick?
Yes. So basically, this is exactly what I've done with the text here before. When I click here, edit, go to design, go to spacing, and just play with the margin here. As I use the Visual Builder, I can do that just like this. I can just select my row and just extend it.
And by the way, for non-designers, what is the difference between padding and margin?
So the padding is the internal margin of the section, and the margin is the external one. Does it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically with padding, you're pushing out, like if you add padding to an element, you're forcing it into a tighter space within the module. And if you add padding, sorry, if you add margin, you're expanding
the outside.
Yeah, you're expanding the outside.
Yes.
Which can mess up your kind of mobile view and stuff.
Absolutely. That's why you use you go to mobile after that, and you tweak it to look just fine on mobile. Box model with Trello. Fine now. Okay, let's put a little bit more margin over there. Okay, and now we're gonna do some radius. So this you will need to actually go to some advanced CSS, because there are 3 different rows. So I want the first row to have just the top left and right corner to be radius, and the last row bottom left and right corner to be radius. So the border radius. And I'm gonna do, I think it's like 10. Yeah, it's more than 10 actually. It's 15. There you go.
So radius is the rounding of the corners.
Yes. Custom CSS. I just. Sweet. So I can't actually achieve with like this the the kind of different the radial color that you have on the background of this one, because I use two different colors, so it will not work. But if I use AC shortcode, for example, and I put like all those logo into one shortcode, then I can use just one row here, and I can achieve this gradient. Okay, now the background, the last one, start planning today. Okay.
And by the way, so you bring up a really important point that we've hammered it before, which is basically that if there are some features that you need that Divi doesn't have out of the box, there is a huge array of add-ons and extensions and plugins that allow you to do things like the AC shortcode. And there's also the slider anything plugin, which allows you to create. Well, maybe you could. I think you've showed it before. You've shown it before in the last video when you explained your onboarding for learnwatercolors.net.
Oh yeah, right. Absolutely, yeah.
And there's Divi Booster as well, which allows you to use the Divi editor on custom post types, which is incredibly useful.
True that, yes. Oh yeah, you have like million of plugins that you can use with Divi that will extend all the cool stuff that Divi does like natively. But I have the feeling that you can already do like pretty much everything with Divi the way it is. Especially if you're not like a tech savvy person. Tech savvy person.
Yeah. Okay. In your
tech
opinion,
savvy, yes.
Because this is kind of one of the reasons that some of our customers are, a lot of people sort of really like Elementor and Thrive and Beaver Builder, because they really don't require tech savviness. Now, I will say that there's always kind of a limit where not having sort of some CSS skills, it's always going to become a limitation no matter how good is the builder. But in your experience, because I know you've worked with a little bit with some of these other builders, what is sort of the chief difference between them? Where does Divi sort of win, and where could Divi do better?
Well, I mean, you have seen me basically playing with it since we started this video, so it's very simple to use. I mean, you don't need any. I mean, except for the few times that I do some CSS and it was like really basic CSS, like seriously, like radius and padding, it's just nothing. So out of the box, Divi is super easy to use. It's literally like you look at what you have and you just play with it like visually. So I think it's just super simple to use. Now, those other builder, they're cool too. I'm not gonna say like bad stuff about those builder. They're nice. The problem is like they need to be connected to a template. They don't like Divi is an actual template that integrate a builder. Elementor or the Beaver builder, they need an actual template to work with. So they just add another layer of like plugin basically, and they to be able to work. With Divi, it's out of the box. You can just like start playing with it right away.
So you're saying that Divi is already a theme, so you don't need, whereas like Elementor is actually a plugin, but you still need to have a theme as the base of your website anyway.
Yes. And I didn't make like many tests yet, but I plan on doing it. I think I believe Divi will be much faster out of the box in terms of like the way it's been coded, loading time and everything. I think it will be faster than those other plugins, just by the fact that they will load first the template they use, all the JavaScript and CSS of the template they use, then they will load the builder CSS. When Divi just load one time, it's already included the builder with it. So I do believe that Divi out of the box is faster than those other things. Need to be verified. I can't like prove it now, but I will.
I think somebody actually did like a compare. I might have been Authority Hacker, or it might have been another site where they sort of. I think they actually rebuilt the Trello homepage, or the previous Trello homepage, the older one. I think it was a little bit more complex than this one, and they sort of found that Elementor spits out the cleanest code, and was the fastest in terms of performance, I guess. But I don't know, by how much. I don't know sort of what the value of that is versus. I mean, yeah, like you said, man, some of those other builders are really sweet. Like Elementor is cool, for sure. They have some really interesting features like applying template styles to custom post types, which one of our customers uses that with like LearnDash. And so, yeah, so it's just different tools, but it's just a question of, a lot of these sort of plugins and themes come and go, and hype really drives
Yes.
the sort of popularity of these things. But Divi has just been around forever, man. They power like
Yeah, exactly.
500,000 websites, I think it is.
I don't know I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it's been there for like a really long time. The thing is, like what you were saying, like the hype thing is really like predominant. The way people actually make choice, which is it's kind of weird. If you look at Elementor, sure, okay, it's cool, but it's literally like the new kids in the block. Like literally, they have like they kiddo. If you compare them to Divi, that's been built for years. It's just like you can't compare those two. Like Divi is going to be in its fourth version pretty soon. When all those other builder they pretty young. Maybe not the Beaver though. I think it's older than Elementor, but it's still Divi. It's kind of the grandpa. So it doesn't mean that it's less modern or stuff like that. Absolutely not. It means that the team has been working on it for years, so they just like make it like better and better and better. The code is really clean, and they really work on it, man. They update the template every month at least. You'll have some update, fix, speed up, and every few months like new module, new functionality, and they're really listening to the community. So yeah, I've been working with Divi since the very beginning, and I continue to work with it. Of course, I test the other one because, well, you need to be aware of the competition and how it works. But you will always, regardless to the builder you're going to choose, there will be always a new one. There's always be a new thing that's going to happen. Like maybe next month, maybe next year, you will have the new Elementor. Like, and everybody will be like, oh my God, that's the new thing. You should use it. It's amazing because it do this and this. But what you have to keep in mind is like, sure, maybe they will have new fancy stuff that will be like funny, whatever, but there will be version 1. Even not that, there will be 0 point something, whatever, when Divi will be like 4 point something, meaning that the development team been working on it for years. So it's much more stable. That's my point of view. So that's why I use Divi for all my customer, and I love it. And yeah, look at this. We have a Trello page that's been reproduced. And look pretty neat.
Note for note. I just want to add just a really quick point to polish off what you just said, which is that as our business becomes more sophisticated, and as I sort of grow as an entrepreneur, I realize that every piece of technology that you work with, whether it's something as simple as your theme, which is kind of a core part of your business, really, if you're an online business, that's a business relationship. So it's almost like, well, if you go into a business relationship with a company that's brand new, you could be taking a pretty big chance if it's a core part of your tech stack, because you don't really know if they're going to be around. Maybe they're going to be sold. Like a really good example in the membership site space is Wishlist Member. They were sort of like the leader, but then they weren't doing so good. Eventually they were sold and sort of not abandoned, but just completely sort of outperformed by all of the other themes. And now they're kind of like a grade C membership plugin. So there's that kind of situation to keep in mind as well. It's like, well, if it's a relationship, you got to be careful what you choose, because switching to something else can be a real nightmare.
Oh, absolutely. and you will always find like excuses to try to change it, like, oh my god, that's my website is so slow, or like how can I achieve this, and instead of like try to find solution to work with, to still continue to work with Divi, you'll just, oh no, I fuck it, I'm just gonna use Elementor, or I'm just gonna use like the Beaver Builder, until you get to the same problem. Because at one point you're like, oh, I can't do this, or this is not work like the way I want, blah blah blah. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna switch to another one. So it's like you say, it's a relationship. So you have to treat it the same way. You know, you can't be polyamorous with Builder.
100 grams. And just real quick to like add to the last thing that you did with Divi. So now if you wanted to go through and customize it for mobile, you would just switch to the mobile view and just change all the margins and everything, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do exactly what I'll review the positioning on all the module, and I would just like customize. Natively, it will be already like pretty much already done. It will be already pretty much like a mobile responsible. But yeah, I will customize this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to look nice on mobile. Yeah, and when you do that, actually, you're gonna use obviously like the mobile view on the Divi Builder, but you also want to use your mobile. That's really important, because as well as a browser can emulate kinda like a mobile, your actual mobile it will look a bit different on it. So always double check with your mobile.
Got it. And you know what, man, as you were doing that, and thank you for that, that was like a really clear and like quick demonstration of sort of a lot of the stuff you can do with Divi, but really that's the tip of the iceberg, because you can do a lot more crazy stuff with it.
Man, that's absolutely that's nothing. There's so much more you can do, and as I say, like every module can be really customized with CSS. You can go much more deep than just the basic settings of every module. So, and you can use the special section. So yeah, there's much more stuff yeah. Absolutely. By the way, the
landing page. You did a landing page for. I'm just trying to remember who was it for. I think it was for Zoe, the new. So you did a Divi rebuild for one of our customers, and you have stuff like sliding in, and it looks really. Do you want to show that real quick?
Sure. Let me find it back. Okay. So just let me open it, and I will share my screen. Slide 4.
Bro, would you be annoyed if I told you I forgot to hit record? Because I didn't.
That would be like, okay, well, that's gonna be interesting. For how long we've been recording? How long it took me to do this?
We've been on
Can you say it?
for 2 hours, I think, almost.
Almost 2 hours. So you can basically remove 1 hour of blah blah. And this is basically, I think it's even take less than that if you don't talk to anybody to reproduce.
The blah blah is part of the fun of it.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, it's just to say that you can do that super fast. With no talking, it takes like 30 minutes to 40 minutes to reproduce the page, I'll say.
Through that. But it's also important to sort of explain, to put yourself in the shoes of somebody who doesn't really have much tech savviness or doesn't really know Divi, to really
absolutely
make it super clear like what you're doing and why. And actually, as you were doing the teardown, I thought, you know what? I have a really good topic for the next video, which would be like how to use Divi to blog. Like, because we use Divi for blogging as well, and like you can create like elements, and you could use custom fields, which we figured out. You can create like templates, and like for example, if you want to have like a feature box, that's like like for example, if you wrote an article and I wanted to interject my opinion into your article, I could say, okay, let's create a feature box with a picture of Vic, and it says like Vic's opinion. This is what Authority Hacker do this as well, because they have like multiple authors, right?
Okay.
Sometimes another author wants to kind of say something different or add to it, and so they'll just like do a feature box and be like, well, Gail thinks such and such, and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that's really cool to just have these pre-built elements that you can just bust out whenever you need them. And
Sure.
they're already pre-made, and you just insert the content. And that's so useful for blogging, I think, that nowadays posts need to be more visually appealing. It can't just be text, right?
No. And the other thing, we didn't touch this, but you can you can actually create like global model that will be basically the same on every page. And if you modify one, it will modify on every other page this model is placed. So yeah, again, there's so many things you can do. You can do with Divi. Like the best thing I will say for if someone want to start using it, just play with it. Just play with it and start it, and just start doing stuff. And go to Elegant Team, the guys that actually create Divi, and go on their documentation section, and it's amazing. You have everything. They have a video for absolutely every module, how to use it, what to do. They have an amazing blog that will show you like a lot of amazing stuff you can do, pre-made templates you can download. It's a huge source of information.
100 grams.
Okay, let me log in. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna share my screen again.
Yeah, Josh House in the house.
So there we go. Screen sharing. What is this? Is here?
Is he in Josh House?
Yeah, of course. There we go. So that's, oops. Okay, so this one is the original one. It's the original website. It's not especially super nice or super responsive. Like, look at the sliders. Like, everything becomes super small. The logo becomes super small. Some stuff are okay. Some other like big difference. It's weird. There you go. And so we redo it with Divi. And this is the Divi one.
By the way, Leslie, the reason why we redid it with Divi is because this page was built with Visual Composer, which was bundled with like a theme so long ago that the current version of this theme doesn't even use the same Visual Composer anymore. So we actually even can't upgrade this theme. So it's been stuck, which is a security problem, number one. But number two, it means that, like, look, we can't really like edit it. And it got to the point where we couldn't edit her theme because it's just too old. It's incompatible with WordPress. So I said, hey, we need to redesign it in Divi. And she agreed. So that's kind of how we got here.
Mm. Yeah, it just looked better. It's load a billion times faster.
Billion.
And yeah, I mean it's just better. Look at this. I use like the blur model natively from Divi. So cool. Well, I need to do some stuff here. Obviously, it's too big. But I didn't touch anything on the mobile version because I was waiting on Zoe to give some feedback, so I will apply the stuff she want to modify. Then I will do the mobile. So this is the native without any me doing anything on mobile.
Nice. It automatically creates the menu for you, the mobile menu as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, that's it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, looks good, man. I like it.
So yeah, Divi for the win.
Yeah, it's not like we're completely fanboys of Divi and have made now 5 videos. No, this is part 4 already. Part 4 of many, I'm sure. And also, by the way, so we've been talking, you've been talking about creating sort of like a Divi training course because you've used it for creating sales pages, landing pages, redesigns, membership sites. You've even done an e-commerce site using Divi with WooCommerce. So, but obviously, like if a theme is so easy to use that anybody can use it out of the box without any training whatsoever, then it's going to be unsophisticated by definition. So the more sort of functionality you have, the more sophistication is required to be able to use it. And that doesn't mean that it's hard to learn. It just means you need to spend a little time to understand it. And then you have that tool in your toolbox. It's a Swiss Army knife, actually. And that's kind of how I view Divi, is like, okay, well, if you want it to be as easy as like Elementor, and I'm not shitting on Elementor, I like Elementor, but I'm just saying, if you want it to be sort of as drag and drop as that, you're going to run into limitations fairly quickly. And then you're going to be like, oh man, Elementor is no good. And then a new theme is going to come out, or a new page builder, and you're going to be like, oh, this one looks even easier. But they're all fine. You just have to take the time to learn them a little bit, and like sort of take the time to learn it, or delegate it to somebody who knows them, which is also a good option. So that's my.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything about it. that's why customer hire me sometimes, because they want to do some complicated stuff and have no time. But yeah, sure, you should definitely learn a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's kind of what these videos have been for. All right, well, thanks so much for another awesome session, another session of getting
no problem.
And stand by
getting after it.
Stand by to get some more. Part 5, maybe about blogging with Divi. That would be a good one, eh?
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
All right, brother. I'll stop the record then. Okay. Cool. Oh no, I just stopped the video, didn't I?